Hello and welcome to Ninqueso Live episode 24. I am El Gran Queso and I am joined by the blonde bombshell, Miss Bree.
Hello, bestie. How are you today?
I'm good. Obviously, I'm not very imaginative with just the blonde bombshell. Normally, I go much more
that's a little bit late.
much more overboard with my introductions.
Yeah, I'll take that. Who's in the chat?
Hello, Gemma the Gay. Hello, Barlett. And thank you for redeeming the good luck. I'm sure there's other people lurking as well. Can't fool me. It's not just you two. So how are we today?
Some people here actually out of the Skyrim group that I'm a part of. They asked me because they were looking for girl gamers, and I said, "Hold on a minute. There's plenty of girl gamers around, and I'm one of them. I also do a podcast. Shameless plug. So they're going to head over on here, I think."
Cool. Your voice is well wobbly today.
Is it? It's kind of not had some practice.
Big David, hello. Welcome along. Right, so what have you been up to apart from like trying to get people from a Skyrim group over here? Hello, anyone from the Skyrim group?
I've spent a lot of time trying to find some Crimson Nursery.
Oh, why?
I know.
Why?
Once I've got to 26, that's what I'm asking myself is why? Why am I doing this?
Why?
And the thing is, I went down to Blackreach and I picked up a couple and started the quest, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this because my OCD will just thought I'm going to leave. But then I had to go back to find the Elder Scroll, and somehow I got sucked in, and I've wandered around for days looking for the Crimson Nursery, and that's how I got into the Skyrim group on Facebook. I was trying to find a shortcut to try and find almost Crimson Nursery. Even though it sings, apparently you can hear it, but obviously I haven't heard it.
Yeah, your sound is absolutely awful. Gemma is correct.
Sorry.
Give me 1 second. Let me put you in a different channel, see if that helps.
Probably.
Imagine if that did help.
Big David, hello.
Talk again. Keep talking.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, it's not made any better. It's not made it any better. Still,
oh dear.
All I can say is just put your fingers in your ears when Miss Beeb talks and just listen to me.
Shut up. Yeah, this mic's a pretty good mic, but for some reason we've been having trouble for a couple of weeks now with the sound.
Yeah, just a bit crackly, apparently.
Have to see about it. We did originally do on YouTube, and then we switched to Discord to try and get a better connection. Obviously, with being in lockdown and stuff, I'm a bit stuck with what I can do. So we'll try and sort it this next week, won't we, bestie?
We'll have to, because this is awful.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm apologising to everyone. Just don't talk.
Shut up.
Hold up signs. Get a marker pen and just be like this. Right.
What have you been doing, bestie?
What have I been doing? Oh, I've been doing so much. Played some more Horus today, and my God, that game is getting weirder and weirder and better.
Is it?
Yes. It's like, there's this one bit, and all of a sudden we went in this door, and it just started to go like Alice in Wonderland, and we had to shrink to get through the door. Then we were being chased by this giant cat's head that was eating everything up. And then we ended up playing we get dumped into some Spectrum games, literally with the border going, doo, doo. And the game's called Horus. And the first game was, you're going snowboarding, which made me laugh. Because I don't even remember Horus goes skiing. And then we did load of games on the Spectrum where the evil Queen of Hearts lady was holding the TV. And she starts shaking it and moving it, so it's really hard to control. Stop shaking the TV. Yeah, it's just bizarre. And apparently someone was trying to hack his CPU, and that was just the daydream he was having. Yeah, it's a really weird game. It's good and weird. Apart from that, I actually did a stream when was it? It was Saturday. It was a bonus stream where we played Among Us, and oh God, I am awful at Among Us, really bad. Although, apparently, I'm pretty good at lying. It's I was the imposter at one point, and I saw someone was like, I'm going to kill them. So I killed them, and I didn't see someone else who stood right next to them who just witnessed me do the murder straight on. So of course they reported it, and they were like, I've just seen Ninqueso kill to such and such. And I was just like, do you know what? I was about to say the same thing. I've just seen them kill. And they didn't know who to believe.
How not to be a serial killer? Kill people in front of other people.
I didn't see them there. The problem I was having is my mouse isn't great for that game, and you can't use a control pad. I was very upset.
Okay, I get you. Right.
I'm at the point where if I had the money, I would spend the £3 and buy it on the Nintendo Switch just so I could use the control pad. So I'm trying to
easy, Tiger, easy.
I'm using keyboard and mouse, and I don't know where anything is because it's just hard. And it's like, even when I wasn't a thing, I was still really bad. I walked past a dead body at one point without reporting it. I didn't even notice it. Just oblivious.
I like to say, when I pop into your streams, you're rubbish.
Just like, I need to focus on my tasks. But yeah, that's all pretty much been doing. Nothing amazing. Just lots of streaming. Because like, you've seen how many followers we got now? Like 73.
Holy moly!
I know. But yeah, that's been my week. Gaming.
Not busy.
Gaming. Do you know what I haven't had? I can just say I've not had a donut this year.
That's so true.
this year, and
what?
It's not even like, oh well, it's only like January. It's like nearly February.
That's true. It is my birthday soon, so there'll have to be donuts for that.
True. You might get one. Anyway, shall we move on to some quick news? The kind of news that we don't really want to talk about, but we feel we should mention anyway.
That kind of news.
Right. Standalone docks appear on Nintendo's US store. So if you ever want an extra dock for another room in your house, you can now get them if you're in America. Hideo Kojima hopes to share an update on Bayonetta 3 at some point in 2021.
At some point.
That's the official statement he's come out with. We hope to be able to show you an update at some point in 2021. I mean, this game was first announced in 2017. in like the first big thing for the Switch. So yeah, we're hopefully going to get an appointment at some point.
The next story is the one that I am feeling most disappointed
sad.
about today.
Super Nintendo World Opening has been delayed due to Osaka's state of emergency. Because obviously the pandemic,
Osaka, a
state of
in a bad state.
Yeah, state of emergency has been declared there. So Super Mario World will not be opening. Super Nintendo World,
and this was going to be like a Ninqueso road trip, wasn't it?
It was, but we need to save up anyway. Just gives us more time. PlayStation 5 can now play Skyrim at 60 FPS thanks to a new mod. So if you've got a PlayStation 5 and you like Skyrim, this is to you guys on the Skyrim group. You can now play it with a mod. Yeah, great. New Nintendo Twitter account will share corporate and financial announcements. Don't really care about that.
That's boring.
It is. Team Super Mushroom wins the Splatoon 2's Mario-themed Splatfest that happened over the weekend. So if you're on Team Super Mushroom, well done. If you're on Team Star, you're rubbish.
Like you, being rubbish.
Lucasfilm Games and Bethesda announced a new Indiana Jones game.
I'd just like to say I'm taking Gemma up on her offer of donuts if you don't come through, Bestie.
And new Pokemon Snap is coming to the Nintendo Switch on April 30th. It's important. That's important.
Okay.
There was a dramatic look. For those listening on the podcast later, I looked at the camera dramatically as if to say, I want that game.
Well, your birthday's not till November, Bestie, so you know.
That game. I need that game.
Maybe Easter.
I need to play it on stream. Right.
I think that's the end of the quick news.
That is the end of the quick news, the kind of news that we didn't really want to talk about, but we felt we should mention.
So we'll go into the main news then.
Yes, the main news. And what is number one topic on our main news again? I think this is like a running theme now. Should we just change the name of this podcast to What Has Cyberpunk and CD Projekt Red done now?
Yeah, how badly can they stuff it up and then continue to stuff it up?
Episode 722. Yes. Stuff has come out from developers at CD Projekt Red.
So I should just say that this is off the back of the Bloomberg report that came out last week when we did our story on this. So this Bloomberg report had quite a lot to say about the debacle that is Cyberpunk 2077. But Adam Bukowski has replied to this on Twitter, and he's been fairly defensive, I would say. That's how I would characterize it. Yeah. Defensive. he said because what the Bloomberg report was says that the demo that they released was almost entirely fake, because basically full development didn't really start until 2016. So Adam, his blessed his little heart, said final demo plays better than our final product, looks and plays better than the original demo, which I think probably is not true, seeing as there's several features missing. But he says about that's part of the creation process.
Yeah,
Yes,
just making stuff up is part of the creation process.
Yeah. So obviously this is wall running and some other things that didn't make it to the final project. He did say the PC version has received very strong reviews, but when asked about the console version, he said that's an entirely another case. So defensive is the word here.
Yes. Yeah, I think they know they're in a little bit of hot water. I think someone said, like, what they need to do now, CD Projekt Red, is just go silent. Don't say anything about anything until they're ready to release the proper patches at the end of the year for the next gen stuff, and then be like, hey, look what we've done. Whereas anything they're saying now, they're just making it worse and worse and worse. But yeah,
so I mean, as you said, there have been several comments come out from insider members of staff, and they have said that what went on here really was a mixture of unchecked ambition, technical woes, and what did they say? Unrealistic deadlines. So, I think there was just so much going on here that I saw one comment that said that the overwhelming sort of feeling was, well, we got Witcher 3 out, it'll be all right. Except it wasn't, was it? Until it wasn't all right.
It wasn't all right at all. Not even slightly all right. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can do anything with your sound.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can.
So yeah, the news here of Cyberpunk 2077 is Adam Bukowski is really being very, very defensive, and I think for myself, it would go down better if he just said sorry.
Yeah, but would it though? Because he wouldn't be sorry. They've done this deliberately. Just saying sorry is kind of just like not good enough at this. It's not good enough at this stage, in my opinion.
Well, no, not once it's gone to court case.
The whole fact that, like you say, the whole game started started development again, didn't they? In 2016, they said, and that was literally months before that demo came out, and that actually diverted resources into making that demo rather than working on the game.
Absolutely. I mean, it is shameful, to be honest. The whole affair was completely shameful.
It is. It's like, say, this is massively anti-consumer. This is all just about, we want money. We want money from you. You'll buy it. You like us.
Totally. They're profiteering to the max. I have zero sympathy, to be honest. Zero sympathy, especially when you go into all, everything that's been said about the crunch, because he did comment on that. So when he was answering, these criticisms, there was some stuff which he chose to answer, but there was a lot of omissions, and obviously those, the crunch, that was a big one, because they were promised no overtime, no extra hours, and then they were forced to play 6-day weeks, and it's not on. It really isn't on.
And do we know if that's actually finished now? Because now they're frantically working, trying on doing the updates. Are they still crunching?
Yes. That's what's been said.
Yeah. So it's like,
because to issue all these updates, because again, unrealistic deadlines.
Yeah. And it's like, who was it? It was one of the Nintendo people. I think it might have been Shigeru Miyamoto. Might not be. I could be misquoting here. But it was definitely one of the Nintendo executives that kind of said, if releasing a game to, like, say, a bad game can be fixed, but it's bad from the start. Just wait, and I can't remember what the quote is. But essentially, don't release the game until it's ready. Delays, people are going to be like, oh. But when they get it, it's like, wow, this is really good. It's worth it. It's like, look at what Microsoft did with Halo. This is their premier IP here that is, it's on the back of the Xbox Series X box. They've got deals with like Monster Energy Drink. They've got deals with other people, and they knew it wasn't going to be ready. And rather than thinking, do you know what, let's just get this out the door and fix it over time. It's like, no, do you know what? We're gonna pull it, and it's not ready. It will come out when it's ready, which just makes so much more sense. You know, people.
I'm just going to say hi at Eva and hi at CC Sports who've just jumped into the chat to say hello. Welcome along.
So, you know, I think people like. I think the only good thing that's going to come out of this CD Projekt Red debacle, if that's the right word, is the fact that I think people are going to be slightly more forgiving now when a developer says this game's getting delayed. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Well, at least it's not going to come out. You know, take your time, fix it.
Yeah, just take the time, get it ready for market to start with. You know, like you said, tiering.
Because I know it's going to get fixed over time, and it's probably going to end up as a really good game. But if that was me that had brought it and I had an unplayable game at first, that would tarnish my whole view of that game, and I'd just be like, totally. You know what, I'm not playing this again, and I'd just move on. And speaking of moving on, we touched upon this last week in the quick news, and I didn't really realise it was a slightly bigger story than what it actually was. The whole fact that Lucasfilms is becoming, or is it Lucas Games now? Yes, Lucasfilm Games.
So this is basically Disney Games,
yes,
which have rebranded themselves to Lucasfilms Games.
Yes.
So and this is really sort of a little bit of a shift here, because
this is good.
It was EA that made games for Disney.
EA,
so after the rebrand, it's now Ubisoft, which is going to games, Star Wars games, and particularly an open world.
Not quite. EA had the exclusive rights to make Star Wars games. They still have that exclusive right until 2023, which is when the contract runs out. But basically, Disney have made Lucasfilm Games. Obviously, they've got Bethesda working on an Indiana Jones title, and they've got Ubisoft working on a Star Wars title. But it's not just going to be Ubisoft that's going to be making Star Wars games. They're just going to like license them out to whoever. So say Sony goes, you know what, we want an exclusive Star Wars game for the PS5. They can approach Lucasfilm Games and like get the IP rather than having to rely on EA, who, let's face, I mean, they've not done much with the license. I've not played.
That's very, very true.
I've not played the Battlefront games. Squadrons is good. I like Squadrons, and Jedi Fallen Order's got good reviews. It's not quite my sort of game.
I didn't like it, Jedi Fallen Order. I played a little bit of it, and I was just not into it.
It's just, I just found it's just too many set pieces, kind of thing. It's just
very tedious.
Yeah,
to be honest, very tedious as a result.
Climbing up here, and it's just like meh, meh.
Meh.
But yeah, this is going to open up so much more, and obviously, Star Wars is such a big thing, and obviously, like The Mandalorian has picked it back up.
I totally love The Mandalorian. I love The Mandalorian.
Have you finished watching it yet?
Yeah, I have.
So you know about all the spoilers at the end, which you're not going to spoil for anyone. Have you watched WandaVision yet?
Isn't that starting? Oh no, it is, because it's the 15th.
Yes,
that dropped,
there's 2 episodes on Disney Plus already, and I have watched them.
Yeah.
Thanks to your account.
Obviously, the beginning part of my week is super, super busy, so I don't watch any TV.
Yeah, WandaVision's pretty good.
Find the Crimson Nunnery. So anyway, to go back to our story.
Yes, Star Wars, Ubisoft, games making. Hopefully.
So this is going to be an open world. Obviously it's set in the Star Wars universe, but we don't know sort of what part of it or how big it's really going to be. There are very, very few details that we've got as yet. So it's using Snowdrop. I would have thought it will be fairly large.
EA are the masters of the open world game. They churn them out left, right, and centre, like all the Assassin's Creeds. In the past couple of months alone, we've had Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we've had Phoenix Rising, or whatever it was called. We've had Watch Dogs 3. So EA is very good at pumping out open world games, because I've not really played any of them, but from what I hear, they follow a very sort of formula style thing. Like climb a tower, opens up more map, go over here.
Okay, so Eva has asked what's WandaVision. So Wanda is one of the characters out the Marvel universe. So she was in the Infinity and Endgame, Avengers Infinity and Avengers Endgame. So she's probably the most powerful
Yeah,
of characters.
both of them made their debut in Age of Ultron.
So what's his name? I've forgotten what his name is.
Vision.
So he was. Yeah.
Wanda Vision.
So yeah, Vision was the kind of sidekick of what's his name? I'm gone blank today.
It was Tony Stark wanted to create a protection thing around the world, a safety net around the world, and he did this thing, and then he created Ultron, and then he did this other thing, and then he created Vision.
The red bloke. So as they came up into the final films, Wanda and Vision got together in Edinburgh, I believe it was, and they're sort of in love. Yeah. And the premise is they've set up home in a parallel universe, and this is their own spin-off series that's on the Disney Channel.
Yes,
Disney.
It's on Disney Plus at the moment. There's 2 episodes up, and there'll be a new episode every Friday.
Yeah, so that'll drop weekly now going forward.
Yeah. Anyway,
moving on.
Have we finished Star Wars? Star Wars? We have. So basically,
Epic are at it again.
Yes, Epic are actually suing Apple and Google now in the UK. You know, so
well, the law is slightly different over here in the UK.
Yep.
So there's sort of less scope for them. They do just have to sue them. But really, this is still based on competition law.
Yeah, it's still all about
where they're taking it to. It's the Competition Tribunal in the UK, and what they're alleging is that they have used their market position to unfairly influence what's available to consumers. So, I mean, they're going all out. I have to admire Epic, to be honest. I have to admire them because they're taking them on big style and they're just not backing down.
No.
They are going all out, all around the world. So there are previous suits been filed in the US and in Australia. But we'll see how this one plays out. I'm enjoying it vastly.
Yeah, I mean, we touched upon this in very early episodes, didn't we? So it's still the same thing going on, but obviously now they're actually starting to sort of get the ball rolling and starting to go to the next sort of steps and things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. It really will. And let's face it, Epic has the pockets to be able to do this.
Totally.
You know, not just because of Fortnite, but, you know.
Apple do too.
Oh, Apple and Google definitely have the pockets to fight back as well.
I mean, this one could run and run, bestie.
Yeah, it's going to be a long returning thing. Maybe like after it's all settled, we'll do like a roundup show.
Yeah, let's
best
do
bits
that.
of the news.
Yeah.
Right.
How it played out, play by play.
Right. Moving on.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yes, that has. Now, if you don't know the story of Scott Pilgrim versus the World computer game, the game, it originally came out way back on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 arcade, where it was, apparently it's a really good game. I've never played it. But it got delisted and everyone was like, oh no, we can't play Scott Pilgrim versus the World anymore unless they already had it on their systems or had bought it before. So this was kind of one of the first popular games, I think, that got noticed that digital-only releases can vanish into the void. I mean, that was due to mainly like licensing issues and things that they had, because obviously it's a comic book character. Like Ubisoft made the game. But it got re-released and it came out a few days ago and everyone's saying it's still just as good as ever. But limited run games, if you don't know who they are, they take like independent games and kind of make, obviously what their name says, a limited run of physical releases of them. And in less than 3 hours, they sold 25,000 copies of Scott Pilgrim on the Switch, which is the most they've
Switch alone
ever sold, ever, unlimited run. Now, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, it's produced by Ubisoft, who are, let's face it, quite a big company. So why the hell aren't they releasing it physically themselves?
Yeah, that was my question in this. I'm kind of a bit back.
I know the answer, because literally the game is identical really to how it was before. So Ubisoft has done virtually no work on this whatsoever. Not even like getting it onto disc, and they've got some other company to do that side of it for them, and they're getting a cut. That's why they did it this way. But it's just a little bit off, isn't it? It's kind of like, well, why don't...
Yeah, so pre-orders went live last Friday on this, and it ranges anywhere from $35 to $150, depending on which version you're getting.
Yeah, you can get like deluxe sets, which got like bits and bobs in with the box as well.
So that is a lot of money. So as you say, this originally came out in August 2010 for the Xbox 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
It's travelled a long way since then. Super popular, apparently.
And I think this has mainly sold this many because people are panicking, like, oh my god, it's going to vanish from the e-shops again. We best get it physical. And to be fair, 25,000 copies is not many in the grand scheme of things. So
in 3 hours, it's a few, but it's not massively on the scale of the world.
It's not. So yes, so Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Have you seen the film?
No, I haven't.
Why not? It's good.
Busy doing other stuff.
Jeez, woman.
Anyway, our next story is vastly entertaining, and I love it. Have you got the footage of this?
I've got the video. Is the one at the top of the page?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start it playing.
Okay.
We're going to have to like jump about a bit because we might get a claim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing, this game, and literally soon after the the video drops, they actually released like more information and a longer video the next day. But yeah, this is
basically Bowser's got infected by some black goop, and Bowser Jr. has got to go along with Mario, collecting the golden coins and rescue his dad.
Yes, who's gigantic.
Apparently so, oversized.
But that's okay.
Insane.
Because you get a gigantic cat Mario as well.
Yeah, it's great. I just love it. Bowser's Fury. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... It's... From the footage I've seen, I mean, I've played Super Mario 3D World, and the footage that they showed, it is so different to 3D World. It's almost like, why is that even part of this package?
I know, but it's great.
It is.
CC Sports agrees with us. It's going to be awesome. I agree, lovely. It's going to be awesome. You know, I'm not a big Nintendo girl, but this one I could definitely.
I know, and it does look. It's just like a big open, like a not big open world, but it's like an open world section. Did they give any clue? Like, my main question is, how long is that bit going to be, though? Because obviously this is a full price game, so you're looking at like sort of £50 in the UK, $60 in Europe, not Europe, in America. And I've already got 3D World, which is half of the game. I mean, on the plus side, 3D World does have a full online 4-player mode now, so you can play the whole game online, which, you know, is quite good. But I need to know how long. How long is Bowser's Fury to justify spending that kind of money, which I don't have.
If you had the money, you'd spend it.
Oh, if I had the money, it'd be like, whatever, I'm just buying everything. Just like, I'll go into games skipping and just like, this, one of these, one of these, one of these.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, Bowser's Fury, looking good. Looking very good.
Fabulous.
Bit baffled by why it's part of this and why it wasn't like DLC for Odyssey or something. But, you know,
yeah, that is a weird one.
Thumbs up for me. Right. Okay. Important stuff now. Very important stuff.
Because it's Pokemon, isn't it?
It is Pokemon. Now, 4,000 people were surveyed. Well, 3,942 were submitted about who their favourite starter Pokemon was.
And they have uploaded all of these rankings.
They have. And this is the table. Now, I got to say, Charmander and Squirtle definitely belong on tier S.
Bulbasaur?
No. Bulbasaur, no. I know people like Bulbasaur, but no. Bulbasaur needs to be down on like level C. And Mudkip's not up there. Piplup.
So what's your ranking, bestie?
Well, I will agree, Charmander, Squirtle, but I think Piplup, this little guy here, he needs to be up there.
Yeah.
You know, Rowlith, I quite like Rowlith, and I can't remember the name, the Fire Cats. The Fire Cat needs to be up there as well. And what about poor little, like, all of the Sword and Shield ones are down in D. And I definitely don't believe this little guy here needs to be an E. That's
Very
really
harsh.
bad. That's well bad. You know, put Bulbasaur down in E and start the heat now. But
You're not feeling the Bulbasaur then.
I've never liked Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur's useless.
But what did it ever do to you?
It's a vegetable.
That could be the problem, Bestie.
Exactly. You know, if I had a choice, am I going to eat the Charmander or eat the Bulbasaur? You know which one I'm going to eat.
Exactly. It's going to be the meat. Eat the meat.
Exactly.
I mean, like to say, we're not vegans. So, yeah,
yes, I mean, if I had the choice of any Pokemon, though, I probably would eat a milk tank. It's basically like a big cow. So that's probably the one I'd go for first. I mean, a Blaziken might be quite nice. It's a fire chicken, so...
I think you're a bit fonder of a burger. Actually, I was just going to say that, actually. Five Guys, when they open, we're going there for my birthday, followed by donuts.
We were going there for my birthday.
I know, that was back in November, and now we're almost at the end of January, and we haven't been to Five Guys yet.
So
it's no wonder that, you know, I'm straining every sinew.
Well, I haven't even been to a donut place. Look. Deebajan even got me this amazing face mask, like with donuts on.
Deebajan, that's very nice.
Deebajan. Anyway. Moving on to probably what is the most disturbing story we've ever had to cover on Ninqueso.
Yeah.
On Ninqueso Live.
I think it's just slightly off, but it is like peak lockdown. This is peak lockdown.
It is. And to be fair, this game's been out a while. People must be trying to wonder what they can do with it. Wonder, what can we do with Breath of the Wild that's never been done before? So people are now speed running to bake bread.
Yeah, so even Hyrule isn't immune from quarantine baking. The only thing that would make it better is if it was banana bread, frankly.
Well, you know, it was that 20 minutes from start to finish to bake some bread.
There's a lot of stuff in this. I watched the entirety of this, and I was just like, "What?"
Well, you've got to get off the Great Plateau, so then you've got to get the ingredients for the bread, and then you've got to make it. So if you think you can start Breath of the Wild, and in less than 20 minutes and 56 seconds, you can bake some bread, I say give it a go.
Yeah.
Because what else are you going to do with your life?
That's it. What else? Are you going to bake bread?
I've never heard of this in Breath of the Wild. It's a new thing that people have just started doing. Speed running on how quick you can make a loaf of bread.
It's tragic. It's very, very tragic.
You know, keeps people out of trouble. What more do you want? And that is the news. As you can tell by that last story, I did struggle to find good news stories this week.
Well, we had so many last week. It's gone a little
Last
bit quiet.
week was busy. Last week was busy. What we need is a good old Nintendo Direct rumour to come out.
We do. That'd be good. You know what I'm thinking this week? I'm finally going to take Gemma up on her offer of donuts because I'm getting desperate now.
Harsh, man.
I should
just get your boyfriend to fix his car. Jeez.
Oh, Big David said his dad works at a bakery. I feel like we might be very, very good friends.
Are you trying to get free bakery products?
Of course.
Shameless, I say.
I taught myself out for bakery.
Absolutely
clearly.
Shameless. Right, so we've reached that part of the show where if you have any questions you would like to ask me or Miss Bree, please pop them in the chat. We don't have any from on previous episodes, although the YouTube upload of this had 6 views. Normally they don't have any.
Cece I just asked about the Mario amusement park. So that's been the opening of that has been put back. So me and Bestie definitely want to go there. We have said we want to go and see the big Sonic in the Woods.
Yes, we want to see the Sonic in the Woods as well.
Yeah,
theme park, Sonic, ramen. What more can we want?
That's it. That would be our dream trip. So it's been put back because of obvious reasons. Yeah.
Gemma wants to know when you want your donuts delivered.
Okay. Probably tomorrow morning.
I think she'll be at work.
Wow. She's so lovely. You know, I love you, Gemma. You're fabulous. So have we got any more questions in the chat?
Any more questions? If not,
Any more questions by anybody in the chat? You can ask us anything. It doesn't have to be game related. You can ask us what our favourite flavour of donut is, to be honest. Gemma, I like Biscoff. Farron likes the Reese's flavour.
peanut butter donuts. Duh.
Yeah.
What are you having for dinner tonight? I've already had my dinner tonight. I had
in the UK, it's 8:30.
To be fair, normally I wouldn't have my dinner tonight, but I was up early today because I had a phone appointment at midday. So I'm actually really tired because I've had very little sleep.
I've had fish today. I had a piece of Thai red spice salmon with some vegetables.
I had what?
Because I'm really, really hard at the moment, so I need to keep my macros in check. And for those who are interested, my macros are 140, 110, 40.
And I had what can I buy for dinner to last me until Friday with only £3. So I had
David.
I had a sausage and pasta bake.
That's gross.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. What do you think of the Hitman games? I have never played a Hitman game since the GameCube. I have Hitman on the GameCube, but I've never played any of the modern ones, I'm afraid. So
I've played one of the modern ones, and generally speaking, out of the two of us, I'm the more murderous one. If the police were looking for a serial killer, it would be me. That'd be me. Although, probably they'd look at Bestie and think he's the one who'd be hacking people to death. They'd be much mistaken because he's the one who likes guinea pigs and kittens and gets frightened in the dark, and I am the one who will literally look you in the face and slit your throat. So he prints that stuff out, but
I say my giant Daedric dagger.
I'm the unhinged and dangerous one,
hiding
behind the blonde hair. So that's why he hasn't played it and I have. But I kind of liked it. Yeah, I liked it. I wouldn't give it any more time, to be honest. It wasn't my favourite. But yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, Hitman 3 comes out very soon. It's actually coming out on the same day on Nintendo Switch, but that's the cloud version.
Yeah.
So, and I don't believe in the cloud versions. Mainly because they didn't work on my Switch when I've tried. Just absolutely unplayable for me. And I don't know why.
That rubbish.
Everyone else says it's like, oh, it worked really fine. But when I tried, it was awful. It was just so delayed. It was like you tried to stop turning the camera and the camera would carry on for a bit. And it's just like, oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. But yeah, no, I have Mario or Pokemon. Why can't we have both?
Mario.
I don't know. They're both good games, though. They're both really good games. Favourite food. We're just getting everything. What is the cloud version? The cloud version means the game will be running on like a server somewhere, and then you play the game on via the internet. So the Switch isn't actually doing any of the graphical processes of the game. It's just sending the input commands to the server, and then the server's sending the information of the gameplay back to the Switch. So you're basically streaming the game. But now the big difference, obviously, like when you stream a TV program on Netflix, it's a passive experience. So you just sat there watching it. Streaming a game, it's like any slight delay from your commands going to the server and it coming back gets amplified. So for me, it didn't work at all. I know some people get it okay. Favourite food. God, man. Ice cream.
What's my favourite food, Bestie? What do I eat on a weekly basis come a Saturday night? I bet you can guess this. This should be like a little bit like Mr. and Mrs. We get to guess. For me, I'm going to guess your favourite food is either donuts or...
Sorry, Kelly's just found the dagger that I put down in her path, and she just stopped there, jumped, tapped it with a paw like this, went, sniffed it a bit, tapped it again, sniffed it, and now she's walked past. Oh, baby. Yeah, she's gone. I tried to pick her up.
So your favourite food is probably either flying saucers or something.
Flying saucers are pretty good. Pizzas are pretty good. Waffles from like a dessert parlour, pretty good.
Okay, what's mine?
Cheesy balls?
Yes! And a close second is mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
It's sort of like it's like a maize ball snack. That's
yes, it's
sort of
nothing to do with the boyfriend.
Yeah, they're really, really trashy food, but honestly, I have a cheesy ball addict.
See, I prefer the bacon the bacon rashers? Do you know the crispy bacon things?
Yeah,
nice,
and also
they're nice.
the onion rings. They're good. But first and foremost, it's got to be the cheesy balls.
Bartlett, flying saucers are definitely food. You put them in your mouth and you eat them.
It's one of Farron's main macros. I would
And
just like
and
to
it's
say that.
like, and it gives you a sugar rush. What more do you want?
Mac and cheese, right, Bartlett? Mac and cheese is where it's at. It's the ultimate comfort food, isn't it?
See,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
kind of what my pasta bake is, but it's seashells and there's bits of sausage in there as well. That I
Well,
cooked
there's
in some Cajun. I cooked them in some Cajun spice though, so they're like spicy sausages. It's nice. It's actually not too
Favourite
bad.
Mario game. Oh, I don't know.
Favorite Paper Mario game. It's tricky. That is tricky. Like I say, I've not played the N64 one for a long, long time. I don't think I've played much of the Wii one. I'm going to be controversial here. I think Origami King slightly tips out Thousand Year Door.
Ooh, yes.
And
yes.
I'm basing this on, I played Origami King and then I'm still playing through Thousand Year Door at the moment. So they're both fresh in my mind. And I don't know, I like the story of Origami King better. And I like the fact that I don't have to fight things if I don't want to in Origami King.
Well, it says flying saucers of one of your 5 a day.
They are. And if I have 5 of them, I've hit the target. Do you know what's what's really bad though? It's like Tesco's near me. They no longer sell flying saucers.
That's bad.
Asda has never sold flying saucers. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to like have a half hour trek up to Sainsbury's to see if they have them.
Well, luckily, I've managed to get a car today. I would say a new car, but it's such a long way from being new that, you know, it's held together with a piece of string and some duct tape. As you know, I like to duct tape things together.
Hey, basically, like, does it move? Yes. Is it meant to? No. Duct tape it. Does it move? No. Is it meant to? Yes. Oil it. That's WD-40. That's all you need. WD-40, gaffer tape, you're done.
Exactly.
You can fix anything.
I'm surprised at how many rolls of that tape that I have.
Yeah, I've never played Colour Splash, so I can't really comment on that one. I do want to play it. I do want to play it before the end of the year. And I am watching some on eBay. And when I can find one at a cheap price, I will pick it up. Look up honeybees on Facebook. Gemma, I'm going to say no because I don't trust you. Yes, that is why flying saucers are on my Amazon wish list. And Deebajan, thank you for getting the flying saucers for my Amazon wish list.
And Big David is going to see if there's flying saucers out in Asda.
Oh, thank you. I've never seen them in there. So, but I don't go to Asda that often because it's like an extra 10-minute walk.
Oh, it's a sweetie place. Okay, all right.
Okay. I thought it was some.
Oh, you work there. You're a good friend to have.
You know Big Dave. He comes to our wrestling shows.
I do, but I didn't know he worked in Asda.
Anyway, where can they find you?
You?
Where can they find you? I'll ask you first.
They can find me on Twitter, gamergirl_Missbrie, GMRGLRL_MISSBRIE, gamergirl_Missbrie. Where can they find you?
You can
Bestie?
find me on Facebook as El Guanqueso74, where Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I stream Fall Guys. You can also find me pretty much every day these days over on this here Twitch, which is Ninqueso, and that is also my Twitter handle. And I do actually have a queso_cheeselets, but I don't really use that one anymore because the Ninqueso one is better. Right.
Are you going to do the Batman thing?
We are. I don't know what's going to go on. I don't know what's going on.
Deep breath, right? And I'll just say how good it's going to be while you think of something. So
big it up.
Really good. It's really, really good.
Big it up.
And 3, 2, 1, you're up.
Will the speedrunning community find other ways to, like, bake bread in other games? Because that would be fun. Skyrim, bread baking. Find out the answers to these questions. Same cheesy time, same cheesy channel. I'm really sorry, everybody.
As your stories may vary. Say goodnight, bestie.
Good night, bestie.